tell me one subject which is taught in school which teaches you to lose. You will never get a pat on the back when you fail in civics in grade 8 or grade 9, or you fail in history, or you fail in biology, or you fail in maths. But on the sports page, one day you fail and the other day you win. You keep failing a lot of times. So sports is the only place which teaches you how to lose.
Hello everyone, welcome to The Bridge. I'm Arshi Yasin and we are sitting here looking at the numbers of the sports industries. So interestingly, in financial year 21, Puma clocked more than 2,000 crore in revenue, which makes it the first multinational sportswear and fashion brand to enter into the 2,000 crore club in India. And the most interesting part is that Puma alone has garnered more revenue than its big three competitors, which are the Adidas, Reebok, and Nike combined. So we have Mr. Abhishek Ganguly, who is the MD, Managing Director of Puma India, to speak to us. Hi, Abhishek. Welcome to The Bridge.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So Abhishek, first of all, just share with our audience, what is the X factor of Puma's growth in the last financial year?
I don't know whether there's you call it the X factor, but there are, I think 4 or 5 things that we have done probably a bit differently, and not just during the pandemic. I think one of the things that strikes me, that while the pandemic took us by surprise, whatever we did during the pandemic was already in some ways germinated in our organization before the pandemic had already struck, and we didn't have to helter skelter come up with a new strategy. We did not have to, let's say, come up with a digital strategy. We didn't have to do entire transformation of our digital approach, or we didn't have to. Thankfully, our product categories is very relevant. The demand is very relevant. Is very much there even during the pandemic.
We are a sports media company, and we talk about sports and the impact which Puma has brought in to the sports. And in fact, your partnerships with athletes like the Kohli factor or the KL Rahul factor, and then you have a lot of non-cricket athletes as well. So if you can share with our audience in terms of, how that has helped in shaping up, Puma's popularity in the Indian sports ecosystem.
So while we are very, very happy with our partnership with our Kohli or KL Rahul, and long-term partnerships with them that has really helped the business, and I can go on and on that. But actually immensely proud of the way we have supported para athletes, the way we have supported track and field athletes, young 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 19-year-old, yet not in the limelight, footballers in the junior level. Extremely happy that we have 2 teams in the ISL that we work with. Extremely happy and proud to have the captain of the Indian football team, the goalkeeper of the Indian football team, somebody like Sahal, who is such a one of the young potentials in the Indian football team. So I think one thing that we realized, that India is having this groundswell around sports. We firmly believe that a more sporty and a fitter India is a better India, and we want to be a participant in that. And I think as a brand, we want to be facilitating and helping this ecosystem. As one of the important players on the business side around sports in India, I think it is also our responsibility to further grow this ecosystem, support as much as it can be.
And we have seen in the past a decade, and especially after our India's good performance at in the last Olympics, and things are changing. People are taking interest towards non-cricketing sport, and which is overall good for the health of the country, as you rightly said. So you spoke about grassroots engagement, and that forms a very significant part, both for Puma as well, and we at Bridge as well, because we bring out a lot of stories from the grassroots, and we focus on athletes who are not yet there in the limelight. So I wanted to understand: is there any approach or roadmap where, let's say, any 14-year-old playing in any remote part of the country can be a part of the Puma ecosystem?
We have supported young boxers, um, runners, sprinters. We have supported footballers who are very young. Uh, our partnership with some of our larger clubs like Bangalore Football Club is deep towards under 14, under 16, under 18, and under 21. It is not just with regards to the senior team. So as much as we can pull our weight and might around it to support, we are doing that. But we are also uh, cognizant of the fact that um, it cannot just be us, right? So we are also as much talking to corporates, speaking to like-minded corporates and professionals in different brands and different categories, because we believe the more we talk about it, like even the conversation that you and I are having, and it's very important. The idea is not just to celebrate the Virat Kohlis and the Maricoms and the Sunil Chetris of the world, or inspire the youngsters that you can be this, right? Because you can be this is also pressure. They always don't need to win. Sports teaches you
Yeah.
how to lose, right? And I think one of the difference in our culture in India versus more developed sporting countries is that people do sport because it's a part of their life.
That's true, and I'm glad you spoke about this, because, especially in today's age, there's so much of undue pressure on the junior athletes, right? Even common people and common kids who are just starting up. Because if you see, none of the athletes or none of even common people, they never picked up the bat the first time they picked up because they wanted to become Sachin Tendulkar. They just picked up because khelna hai, just to be there, play with friends.
Yeah.
Same with every sport. That's so that time our as a society, we should be encouraging kids to play sport to enjoy themselves. That's so true, and overall it's very, very good for the sports ecosystem of the country. And so Abhishek, thank you for speaking with us, and we wish Puma all the very best, even for the next few years to come.
Thank you. Thank you.